I want to explain the first chapter, okay, instantly. Then after that, I will end up the class. Okay, so the first chapter, and the topic is the structure of the atom. Yeah. Okay. As we know that atom is the smallest particle of the matter, okay, and it is so small so that we use the electron microscope for studying this, okay. For studying the atom, we use the electron microscope. But still we can't examine this atom because this is so small, okay. So that's why Rutherford, we use the Rutherford experiment, and that experiment is known as the Rutherford alpha scattering experiment, okay. He did that experiment and he tell us about the nucleus and electron, okay. uh, he take the radioactive element, okay, and we know that radioactive element emit alpha particle, beta particle, gamma particle. So he take just the alpha particle and pass that alpha particle over here on this atom, okay. So he saw that some particle is the alpha particle gets scattered, okay. So it gets scattered, so it means he think that there is some sort of hard element is present inside this atom, due to which this alpha particle is scattering or reflecting, okay. So he said that hard particle, that hard thing is the nucleus. He called that is the nucleus, and electron is also present across this nucleus, and that is revolving across this nucleus. Actually, he also gave us the concept of electron because he want to explain the stability, okay. If we say that nucleus is present and inside nucleus we have proton and we have neutron, so then this will be unstable because proton will be unstable, okay. It will attract some sort of the opposite charge from the nature, okay. So that's why he said that there is electron which is revolving across this nucleus, and the number of this electron is equal to the number of this proton. So that's why this atom is stable. As we see the atoms that are stable, that are not unstable, okay. So that's why so he gave us the concept of electron, he gave us the concept of proton and neutron. Okay, he also said that electron has a negative charge, and the charge is equal to 1.67 times 10 to the power minus 19. Yes, he said that the charge of electron will be this, and the mass of electron will be equal to 9.11 times 10 to the power minus 31 kilogram. Okay, and he also gave us the proton mass charge and neutron mass charge. Okay, and he also told us about the nucleons. He said that the particles which is present inside nucleus is known as the nucleons. Okay, and he also tell us that no, one particle is the one nucleon. One neutron is the proton. Yes, any particle. Actually, we only study the proton and neutron inside nucleus, but actually there are lots of particles which is present inside this. There are meson, there are lots of other particles as well. Meson, klepton. No, there are, yeah, lepton, meson, lepton, positron, positron. Yeah, actually, okay. So the summation of proton and neutron is known as the mass number. Okay, mass of this atom. Okay, between electron and nucleus, there is an electrostatic force. Okay, and Coulomb tell us about the electrostatic force, and Rutherford tell us about this. Okay, he said that between electron and nucleus there exists some sort of attractive force, and that force is known as the electrostatic force between nucleus and electron. Okay, Rutherford also investigated and he showed that nucleus contain most of the mass of the atom. Okay, so that's why he said that the mass is equal to proton plus neutron. Got it? And he also tells us that the nucleus diameter will be 10 to the power minus 6 or 0.00001 times the diameter of the typical atom. So this is the diameter of the nucleus. Okay. Okay. Isotope. Now let's discuss the isotope. Isotope means which have the same atomic number but different mass number. And I hope you studied this in your chemistry. Okay. What do you mean by isotope? Okay. Yeah, that is easy. So I have a question for you, and let's check your chemistry concepts. Okay. Okay. So different isotopes have different physical property. Is it right? Okay. So they have different physical property but same chemical property. Is it right? So why this have why the same chemical properties? Yeah, because depend on atomic number. Okay. And that's have different physical property because depend on mass number. Okay, hydrogen has three isotope H1, H1, H2. Carbon has three isotope. Okay, and the most abundant isotope is what for carbon? Carbon 12. Yeah, and carbon 14 is the radioactive isotope. Okay. Okay, uranium have three isotope. Okay, U34, U35, U38. Which one is the most abundant isotope of the uranium? That is known as Tukka. Okay, this is U38. You know Tukka. Randomly pick some one thingy, and in Urdu or Hindi that is known as tukka. Okay, so this is 99%. Okay, abundant to you 238. Okay, okay. The application of the isotope. The application is we use it in radiotherapy. Radiotherapy. You know this treatment of cancer. Used for the treatment of cancer. Okay, we do it for use for the treatment of cancer, and in this we use phosphorus P32 isotope. Okay, phosphorus has three isotopes. One is the P31, second one is the P32, third one is the P33. Okay, so P32 is used for the treatment of the cancer. Okay, this isotope is used for the treatment of the cancer. And second one is the strontium, that is SR90. So you will use this isotope and this isotope. So we use these two isotope, okay, and we use it for the treatment of skin cancer. Skin cancer. Okay. Second application is stress for diagnosis and medicine. So in medicine, we also use a minute quantity of this isotope. We also use this in medicine and for the diagnosis, like in iodine. Okay, iodine I131 isotope is used for the treatment of goiter. Okay, and technetium. Yes, I will send you. Technetium TC99 is used for bone growth. Okay, okay. If you want to for bone growth, okay, you can suggest this medicine technician to someone. Okay, yeah. Okay, you know better, which is the abnormal enlargement of thyroid gland. Mostly, yeah, mostly in advertisement like the iodine salt. You know iodine salt. Yeah, in Pakistan, when you on the TV, okay, they said the iodine salt you can use it for the treatment of the thyroid gland, okay, for the goiter. Goiter is the abnormal enlargement of the thyroid gland. Here we have thyroid gland, okay. So if it get enlarged, okay, like this, got it. So for this treatment we use this, got it. Okay, okay. Now after this we have another small topic, that is the specific charge. What is this specific charge? Specific charge is the ratio of the charge to mass. Okay, like hydrogen, charge on hydrogen is 1.60 times 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb, and mass is 1.67 times 10 to the power minus 27 kilogram. Okay, this is for hydrogen. So you can find the specific charge, and that will be equal to 9.58 times 10 to the power 7 coulomb per kg. So this is the specific charge. Uh, for electron, yes, this is the mass of the proton. Mass of proton, or you can say neutron. Yeah, or hydrogen. Hydrogen have only one nucleus, and it has one neutron. No, sorry, zero neutron and one proton, because electron is one in hydrogen. So the number of electron is equal to the number of proton. Yes. Yeah, one electron charge and one proton mass, and it has zero neutron. Okay, charge on electron is minus 1.60 times 10 to the power minus 19, and mass is 9.11 times 10 to the power minus 31 kg. Okay, specific charge is 1.76 times 10 to the power 11, which is too much greater than this value. Okay, coulomb per kg. So, so electron has the largest specific charge of any particle. Remember this. Okay, remember this, that electron has the largest specific charge of any particle. Okay, we also have magnesium. Okay, um, magnesium is 24 to 12. So the charge is 3.2 times 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb, and the mass is 3.98 times 10 to the power minus 26 kg. So the specific charge will be equal to 8.04 times 10 to the power 6. This is less than, okay, this is less than electron. Okay, so electron has a high, yeah, largest specific charge, which is time 10 to the power 11. Okay, in all particle, electron has the highest specific charge. You should remember this. Actually, in most MCQs come like this, that which particle has the largest specific charge. So you should remember this. Okay, in tomorrow class we will study the stable and unstable nucleus. Okay, and after this chapter we will start the mechanics.